Okay, so I wanted to welcome you to the free training here on how to rank by yourself. This is how you can actually do this yourself, to rank on page 1 of Google for your business under really any key search term or keyword that you want to. And what a key search term is essentially just what people type in, what keywords or primary words or are the most common words that people are typing in when they're looking for your service, right? So without further ado, let's jump into it. So, of course, we know Google's number one. They're the big boys. So if you can get your message atop of Google, you're going to get seen, period. But if you get your message atop of Google on a search term that nobody's searching for, what difference does that make, right? And the search terms that most people are looking for, they're pretty competitive. And there's people always trying to outrank you on doing that. Well, it's interesting to know that Google owns YouTube. Google bought YouTube many years ago, and that means significant benefits to you if you know how to leverage this, because the key to getting atop of Google is SEO. SEO means search engine optimization. And like it says here, it never goes away. And the cost of doing search engine optimization is, it costs money. It can be quite expensive. Here's an example of somebody advertising for their SEO services and what they charge per month to keep you atop of Google. And as we know, a lot of people are doing this and they really don't provide the results that we want. Here's another scale on average SEOs for monthly on a retailer basis. Looks like the average company is around $1,000 a month. That can be kind of expensive, especially for us small companies, right? So what is SEO's key elements? Well, these are the big three. If you get the right content lined up with the right keywords, you're going to get the right ranking. But there are some other variables that you need to keep in mind. Well, actually, so many that we can't keep them in mind. It's pretty complicated. There's all these different variables can affect SEO, backlinks, belly link, embedded links within articles that are on these heavily prioritized websites and things of this nature. But here is our little trick. Guess who's the best at SEO? Guess who's the best at SEO in terms of getting at the top of Google anytime they want to? Guess who that is? Well, you may have guessed it. It's YouTube. I mean, it's the same company. So why pay all these experts to do something that YouTube is going to do for free for you? So let me give you an example here. If you'll look over here on the right side, what you'll find is this is a page that I've elongated so that you can see it. But very top, this is a paid ad, and then there's a lot of times there are other paid ads. But the search was, we're looking for a train dealer in this particular city, and there's a map right here, right? This is pretty consistent. And then we actually get into what's called organic. This is what's SEO'd right here, okay? So that's train.com. That's another one at train.com, and here's another one at train.com. But the next organic that's not actually owned by Train is this here. And I've blown it up over here so that you can see this. I mean, do you see this? We've got a video on page 1 atop of Google, and who got us there? Well, the one that got us there was YouTube. How do we do this? Well, there's 5 basic steps, and we're going to go through them in a very brief basis. But if you follow me here, you'll get an idea on how to do this yourself. Okay. Step number 1 is you must identify which keyword you want to target. Now, it's easy to go for what we call primary keywords. Primary keywords are the ones that everybody wants, the most common ones. But if you're really smart, you'll look at something called secondary keywords. They're less competitive. They're a lot easier to rank for. And YouTube, they have to get around certain things as well. So if you make it easier on YouTube, they'll get you to the top of the page quicker. So let's say that your primary keyword gets, 500 searches a month, 1 month. But your secondary only gets 50. Well, that's okay. If you're on page 1 of a 50, a key term or keyword that's searched 50 times per month, and you get on that secondary keyword, and then you add a second secondary keyword, and a third, and a fourth, and a fifth, and sixth, and seventh, eighth, ninth. If you get 10 50 keywords that are searched 50 times per month, well, 10 times 50 is 500. So we're outsmarting the system is what we're doing. But you have to choose keywords that people are going to actually search. And generally what we'll do is, just like what we did, your brand plus your city, or maybe AC repair plus your city, or AC service or furnace repair, what have you, plus your city. So those are your keywords. Once you've determined that, then you want to produce a video that caters only to one keyword. Don't try to do a video for everybody like on a website. We're not going to do that. We're going around all that. We're very specific. That's why we rank so well. So if your keywords are train or Linux or carrier dealer in your city, then that's what it needs to be about, and it only needs to be about that. Now you can deviate, like train contractor, train HVAC dealer, things of that nature within your content, but that's all part of your strategy. Okay, so once we do the video, we want to load this little secret. We want to do what's called internal optimization. And what that is, as you can see right here, is in the file that we upload. This is a customer that I did a sample video on, and in the file itself we filled out all that information. We've got a title, subtitle, we've got tags, like hashtags, we've got comments. Why? Well, ultimately you're going to load this, you're going to upload not just a video, but the video in the form of a file is going to be uploaded to YouTube. YouTube's going to read all this in the back end. Most people don't know that. Most people leave all this stuff blank, but not you. You're going to fill it out. You're going to get better results, right? So that's step 3. Let's look at step 4. Once we've uploaded our video to YouTube, now we need to optimize it externally. In other words, online within YouTube, and YouTube will do the rest. YouTube will do the rest. Now, it may bounce around a little bit. Once you submit this and you fill all this stuff out and you do as good a job as you can, it may go to page 1, then page 2, to page 3, and up and around. And so what we need to do to stabilize it is to get a consistent flow of views. So step number 5 is to promote it. Now, what you can do is open up your own Google Ads, spend a little bit of money, and as you can see here, here's our video file. We had click per 1,000 at roughly $7. So on this little testing campaign, we got 1,234 impressions. That means it was there where people could see it. But how many of them actually clicked it and viewed it? Well, 293. 24% view rate. That's not too bad. But the point is, we got a lot of views. And you can select within this your demographic. I want this video viewable only for homeowners who live within 15 miles of my office, and you can promote to them. And so you can actually promote this video directly to your customer, or maybe just promote it enough to keep the views and the likes and the activity up, so that when people do a search result, you're on page 1 of Google. So here's my little, now I made this myself, this is not real, but this is my little example. Best HVAC company in the world. Well, that would be HVAC greatness, right? So yeah, I just superimposed this over here. But you get the idea. You can do this. In fact, this video right here is that's kind of a standard size what it might look like, but they will, if you do a spectacular job, your video can do what's called oversize. And so when somebody does a search and the video thumbnail is what basically that picture that we see with the little play button right in the middle of it, that thumbnail, and you need to customize and design that for a nice call to action for your customer. It may say something like promotion or click here to save or $200 off or whatever. Once that thumbnail is there and in place, that's what's going to draw the eye. Remember back when we saw that search term with all those words, and there's a picture in the middle? The eye goes to the picture. This is a really smart thing to do, guys. And so hopefully you're going to take advantage of that. So let's take a look, and I did a recording of a live search right here, and we're going to play it for you right here. All right, so let's do one on the live. Here we are in the incognito. Now what this means is it doesn't know who I am, what my history is, or anything, but it's the same thing. If we are looking for a rude dealer in Port St. There we go. Lucy, Florida. We hit it. Your map comes up. Look at that, #1 spot. This is my customer. They took this course. They did this video themselves. All right. Now let's do train dealer in Fort Pierce. There we are, Port Pierce, Florida. And train's much more competitive, but we're still on page 1. Okay. Now let's do a train dealer, and this is an old one in Fort Lauderdale. This is a customer I did a long time ago, page 1. And then let's go with Mitsubishi. I don't want to confuse it with the car, so we're going to put AC. Mitsubishi AC dealer. Let's take out the word dealer. I think it was Mitsubishi. We did that one. This is before we used dealer. Mitsubishi AC. Did not do page 1. Let's look at page 2. Yeah, made page 2. So Mitsubishi Air. So if we had typed in Air instead, page 1. Yeah, it just depends on which words you choose for your keywords. Now, let's say that you want something different. You want AC repair. That's the keyword you chose with your city. This customer, this is an old one, in Sunrise, Florida. I know he's not on page 1 because he just let it go. He's a great guy. Oh my gosh, this guy's a super guy. But he let it go. He just he got busy with other stuff. Hasn't promoted it at all. But he's still right here in the top of page 2. He even did one in Spanish. This is how you say broken AC. And then Aventura, Florida. And he's #1 there. Yeah, put the state in there, and he's still #1 there. #1, is your air conditioner broken? It says it right there. So that's the point. This is all doable. You guys can do this just as well, but you just have to put the work in, and I'll walk you through step at a time on how to do this. Just stick with me on this one, okay? Okay, so there you have it. That was an impromptu video that I did on the live. But here's what you do. Look at your brand. Go in your city and put Train plus your city, Linux plus your city. Do them all. Ream, Rude, Carrier, Bryan, York, all of it. Any of them that you have access to the equipment line to, do a search. Do a search, and I think you're going to be amazed. They're probably all wide open. At least most of them are. Create a video. Do it yourself. And next thing you know, you're going to start getting some free traffic. And you can manage all this through your Google AdWords account. You can spend a couple of dollars, turn it on, turn it off, pause it, that type of thing, and just kind of keep it going. And you can literally, for less than $100 a month, be on page 1 of Google for all of these search terms. You can do it. Now, I put a link at the bottom of this. If you really want to go through more in depth and start learning how to do some of the details, I put a little mini course together. It's very cheap. Yeah, I know you guys are small. You're out there struggling. You're looking for economical ways to do it. I mean, I got to charge something because this is what I do for a living, right? But it's like, I charge like $47 for the entire course. And it's everything that you need. I even give you a sample document and you go in and use my keywords and go from there. So anyway, if you like that, click at the bottom of this. You'll see a link to it, and just jump over there and buy the course and go through the training. Training takes about 2.5, 3 hours to walk you through, but I'll walk you through everything, right? When you come out the other end, you are going to be on page 1 of Google. And if you get stuck and you just want me to help you out with 1 or 2, I've got a really low price to help you out with that as well, but that's only available to people within the course. I'm not doing this to the public. This is only for course owners, okay? So if you want to do that, you're more than welcome to. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed the course. If you just want to try this on your own based on the information here, go for it. If you want a little bit more help, jump in there, and for $47, you've got everything at your fingertips, and you can kind of go through at your own pace. You can hand it over to somebody else who can do this on your behalf if you have somebody to help. But the point is, you can do it all by yourself without paying all that money for SEO, without paying all that money for somebody else's expertise. Use YouTube's expertise and get your business on page 1 of Google tomorrow, if you do it today. And it does work that fast. All right, Pete Ramsey here, HVAC Greatness. I'll talk to you on the other side. Bye-bye.